Ça veut dire quoi?
Je sais pas. Je peux pas savoir.
She
C'est
doesn't
juste
know.
que c'est intriguant.
It's very intriguing.
Mais
It's intriguing,
sûrement
but
que peut-être qu'il y a des réponses à quelque part, mais
Because some people say that they feel they have a hybrid connection with lizard people or reptilian people.
well, I'm going to tell you.
What does she think about that?
I'll just go a little bit into my research, and I've known Lisa for many years now, and we've developed a very strong friendship. When one time we were north of in Quebec, and we were doing a meeting with a lot of experiencers, abductees, and all that. I organize these things every so often, and there was a woman who came in from Great Britain, she had never met her. They had never met in their life, and this is another blonde woman who had incredible experiences. And this woman came out of the car, walked right up to me and said hi to me, and looked at Lisa, and the moment she looked at Lisa, she says, she's a hybrid. Now, it was an instant, it was like, and this woman had been abducted multiple times in her life, and instantly said, she's a hybrid. And I told Lisa, I said, she says, you're a hybrid. And Lisa and her, je te parle de Sarah. And Lisa and Sarah, this woman's name is Sarah, they immediately connected. There was an instant connection between them. It almost seemed strange. And that night, Lisa had this crystal that a friend of ours had given her. And this woman Sarah took the crystal. Lisa was holding it. This woman Sarah took the crystal and said, please ask Lisa if her blood type is O negative. And Lisa didn't understand because she doesn't speak English. So I said to Lisa, I said, what's your blood type? And she answered me, O negative. And so the woman Sarah says, I knew that. And in my research, and this is something that I can say with a lot of caution, because I don't like, I do believe that there's maybe a link, but we don't know enough about that yet. But one thing is for sure is that Lisa's mother is O negative, Lisa is O negative, Lisa's daughter is O negative. The people that were, a lot of people that I work with that are abductees or experiencers are O negative. It is very strange that there's this O negative connotation as well. And this is something that they have talked about.
Is that the universal donor?
Yes, that's the universal donor. And I had a conversation with a very good friend of mine who's a physician, he's a doctor, he's a professor of medicine at McGill, and also a very well-known doctor in Montreal. And I had a conversation with him, and he knows I do this work, but doesn't associate with me publicly because of his work. And he associates with me as a friend, but not when it comes to the alien research. And I asked him, I said, is it possible that there is something out of the ordinary with O negative blood types? And he said, no. I said, well, is it true that a woman who is impregnated, a woman who is O negative, who is impregnated by a man who is not O negative, needs a vaccine? And he said, it's more complex than that, but yes. And I said, and what if she doesn't get the vaccine? And he said, it's more complex than that, but likelihood is the baby won't be born. It will die. And I did not know that. And so a woman who is an O negative and is impregnated by a man who is not O negative has a very high risk of losing the baby. And that's very interesting. And again, from a scientific standpoint, it's more complex than that, and we should not jump to conclusions. And the fact that there are a lot of O-negative people that have had these experiences should also not be a sign to jump to a conclusion, but I do think it's interesting. And her relationship that she had with Sarah, it's almost a spiritual relationship. It's almost as if they know each other. It's almost like c'est quand la relation avec toi et Sarah était vraiment spéciale, une bonne connexion.
C'est vrai.
It's like a hybrid meeting a hybrid, somebody knowing somebody.
Elle parlait anglais quand même.
And she spoke English, so they didn't even understand each other, and they had this really strong relationship, which was very odd because they couldn't communicate at all. I mean, Sarah's from Great Britain, and Lisa is from Quebec, not Anglophone at all. So I mean, communication was zero, and they managed to communicate. And I was preparing dinner one time at home, and they were both home, and they were talking like they knew how to talk to each other. One was speaking English, the other one was speaking French, and they understood each other. And I thought, this is not happening.
What does all this mean to Lisa?
Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire pour toi tout ça? Qu'est-ce que tu ressens de tout ça, toi, personnellement?
Ben, comment je pourrais dire ça? C'est sûr que je suis sûrement ici pour quelque chose, mais différent peut-être des autres, je sais pas. On est peut-être plusieurs dans le monde qui est comme ça, comme moi, puis on sait pas trop qu'est-ce qui se passe, qu'est-ce qui va arriver, mais c'est sûr que ça peut pas continuer comme ça. Je pense, comme ça. C'est un peu lourd à porter, je trouve, aussi. On se sent impuissant.
It's like she has a reason for being here, and it's a little different than other people. But she says that she feels that there's a lot of people that are like this, and there's something to be done, and that what she's often told me is she says, it's like we need to change things, and it's a very heavy burden to have, and she doesn't know why this happened. She just knows that there's something, but she can't tell anybody what